Post-game on Fox is presented by Michelob Ultra.
So all three host nations at this World Cup are out in the round of 16 as the US tonight have joined Mexico and Canada. Belgium simply had too much in the end for this US men's national team. 4-1 the final score here at Seattle Stadium, but back home for these folks in Herzliya, Belgium, they enjoyed their night and they can look forward to a quarter-final against Spain on Friday. Let's hear now from the US head coach, Mauricio Pochettino, with our Jenny Taft.
Mauricio, I know this wasn't the performance you were looking for. In your opinion, what was missing tonight?
Oh, I think everyone saw from the beginning we didn't connect with the game. We never were on the game, even when we scored and we scored the goal 1-1. We conceded the next action. Was really tough from the beginning. To congratulate Belgium, they were better than us. I think wasn't our day. That is not to find excuses or not to find argument, because we didn't show what normally that team can show, and that is a reality.
I can see the players leaving the pitch, the fans supporting your group. What has the support of the fans meant to this team throughout this World Cup?
I think we need to learn. I think it's a process to learn. We need to assess that game, and we need to see why we didn't approach the game in the same way that the rest of the World Cup. Different reason. Maybe the explanation is so easy. Wasn't our day in a collective and individual. Of course, the principal, responsible is myself. And yes, we need to see and to check what we did, because wasn't the performance of the way that normally we play.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Disappointment, of course, from Mauricio Pochettino. It'll be interesting to see what his future is now. We reported a week or so ago that US Soccer had offered him a new deal and he was going to make that decision at the end of the World Cup. So we shall see when that news comes in, possibly over the next few days. Alexi Lala, Zlatan Ibrahimović, Thierry Henry, I'm Rebecca Lowe. Let's show you the story of the game. Then it all started beautifully, as you would expect. The national anthem, a lovely flyover here in Seattle as well, Alexi. But Matt Friese was busy early on.
Yeah, Matt Friese had a lot to do this tournament. He gets really early. This shot is going the upper 90. Comes right across. Wonderful form. Great fingertip save. And so you think, all right, this might be a little different. And it was, because Belgium just followed it up with opportunities, including this one. U.S. not clearing the ball. And again, to Mauricio Pochettino's point, it was not their day. It was so out of character to see this team struggle in simple moments. Somebody's got to clear the ball ultimately. Finds De Ketelaere and into the back of the net, and just like that, the U.S. is down early, something they haven't seen a lot in this tournament. But
then Lex, the free kick.
Yeah, Blake Tillman, who I thought actually was one of the players who had a decent game, and decent for the U.S. in this game was good. We saw this before. All right, gets a little deflection here, but again, it's going on net. Thank you very much. So now you think, all right, you got everything out. You fought back. It's 1-1, but
then you get a good cross from Leandro Trossard, and who shows up? De Ketelaere scores his second goal in the tournament. Remember, he's not a proper striker, but in this game he played like a striker, and he did the 2 goals like a striker. Then we have in the 45 minutes, you're gonna see here a throw-in, little flank, and then a try from Balo. Not so easy when you're not in balance to shoot it, but was an opportunity. Then we have the goalie here, just clear it, my friend. Just shoot it away. Don't think, don't do, just shoot it away. And we get an easy goal by Hans Van Aken. Ketelaere putting pressure on the goalie, but the goalie needs to clear it here. Just too easy, too easy.
That's a killer. That's the killer. That was comical.
And then after that, it became really difficult. We all thought that maybe that ball was in from a strike. Berhalter was very close, came very close, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't the day of this US team. And then here, I thought that Balogun should keep that ball on his right foot. keep that ball on your right foot and open the angle for yourself. You close your angle going left.
That's the difficult angle.
Close your angle going left, but great save from Thibaut Courtois. And then Zlatan, you said it. I know it's a lucky deflection, but what a finish. Left-footed player, right foot, doesn't matter for Romelu. If you show him a sign where we can see the night, that's his 93rd goal in the national team, which is not bad. Oh, it's hot.
It's not some bad substitutions to come off the bench.
Look, the 4-1 is a bit much towards the end. But like we said, levels.
Yeah. Romelu Lukaku off the bench and scoring his 93rd goal for Belgium. That was the cherry on top as they make it through to the last 8 of this World Cup. Just time to wrap things up and get some final thoughts from these three, Alexis, Zlatan and Thierry. Alexis, I'll start with you.
Look, I know that growth is not always linear, but I mean, I think we've grown enough as a soccer nation where we can be sick of moral victories. I'm sick of moral victories. So just give me tonight to be disappointed and sick of moral victories. Tomorrow, I'll be fine. We'll move on. I'm still proud of these young men, and I think, you know, we're pushing this boulder up. It's always been a labor of love, but it's always been a labor. It's gotten a little bit easier, but it's still a labor.
And if you want more from Alexis, State of the Union podcast is about to be recorded. That'll be out in a couple of hours. Zlatan, give us your last thoughts.
Listen, the young generation out there, I hope they get inspired by this World Cup because it has been amazing. It has been great. Go out there on the streets, play the game, play indoor, play on the pitch, have fun, enjoy, and bring it into the pro football. This is a work in progress, and then it will come, and it's on its way.
Thierry?
They all said it. It's not losing a game, it's how they lost it. But if you're out there watching this game, the new generation coming, or even this one, make sure that you use that as it will never happen again. That's how I say it. That's what I used to say it when France couldn't do it before, 82, 86. I was like, wow, West Germany again knocked us out. I hope one day I'm going to be the guy that can maybe do it. I was fortunate enough to do it, but that's the mindset you need to have. Use it to make sure that you can not see that one again.
Chaps, as always, thank you so much. So much more to come. Let me point out, indeed, and the United States still not through to a quarter-final since 2002, the Japan-South Korea World Cup. Here at Seattle Stadium, let's get more. Let's head outside. Rob Stone, Carly Lloyd and Clint Dempsey. Rob?
Rebecca, still some relatively high spirits here behind us. This game shouldn't define what the U.S. accomplished at this World Cup, but the fact remains they can't get past the big boys at the stage, on the biggest stage of international soccer, and they just couldn't get it into first gear at any point.
No, look, you know, it's a bit of a downer for us being out here now after this loss, but I felt like they lost the game before they even stepped out onto the pitch, and I'm not sure why, and I don't know the reasons, but just from the beginning, just chasing, tentative, scared, just not confident on the ball. And I think big-time players, you wanted some of those big-time players to step up in big moments. And I got to be honest, you know, I was a bit disappointed with Christian Pulisic. I think whether he wants to be the star of this team or not, we didn't see enough from him in this particular game and really the whole World Cup. Little glimpses here and there, but, you know, look, aside from this loss, I think on the brighter storyline, it's been a fantastic World Cup. This team has united the country. They have, you know, gotten American fans to fall in love with them. And there is a bright future, but this is just a real disappointing loss to go out on.
Yeah, Thierry said it best. There's levels to it. We didn't start the game well. The way in which we conceded, Ketelari played really well. Trossard played well. Tillemans played well for them. Luka Bacco as well. And then we get the goal against the run of play. You think, okay, we're back in it. But then we concede right away. All right, so we come out the second half, got a little bit more life to us. Looked like we're going to get back into the game. And to concede a goal, which we did when Matt Freese made that mistake. I mean, it was too much of a mountain to climb. And then to add insult to injury, another mistake from Chris Richards at the end. Lukaku gets the goal. So, look, happy for the team to have dealt with the pressure that they had on their shoulders to go out and inspire this country and get that home field advantage. But still, we're in the same situation. We're not getting past the round of 16. And to be considered a great team, you got to do what the team in 2002 did or the team in 1930 did. So there's a lot of positives to take away, but at the same time, there's levels to it, right? And look, proud of the boys for the heart that they showed, but when you came up against a side that was, you know, a top 10 in FIFA rankings, to see what you're made of, we left with the same answers. We don't have as much depth as we thought we did, and we concede too many goals.
And to talk about levels, you know, Thierry talked on it, you just talked on it. You can't make those mistakes against these top quality opponents. You're going to get exposed. And going into this World Cup, you know, we were a bit hesitant on how the back line was going to do, how Matt Freese was going to do, and that's what happens. You cannot afford to make mistakes like that, and it's just very disappointing.
A lot of questions about what's next for this U.S. men's national team. They obviously accomplished a ton, getting themselves to the round of 16, getting this fan base, getting this nation behind them. We don't know the status of Mauricio Pochettino. His contract expires at the end of this tournament. Next summer, the U.S. in CONCACAF Gold Cup play. The following summer, who knows? They might be playing in Copa America, might even be hosting Copa America. But in the end, it's the U.S. again getting bounced in the round of 16. Still 10.